Thanks for tuning in with us again at Hodge Podge Australia. Today we're making this really cute Christmas tree cake. I have my red and green M&Ms. I was very restrained and didn't eat them. I have some pre-made frosting this time, and I have some cookies and cream Kit Kats. You can use Milky Bars or something like that. You just want a nice white bar to go around your cake. And I have 2 round cakes, and now we're going to level it off, obviously, so that we can layer our cakes. So let's get on to leveling off our cake, and then we're going to put a layer of our pre-made frosting into the centre. I'm using pre-made frosting at the moment because here in Australia, and especially in Brisbane, it is so hot, it's ridiculous. We're generally average 30 degrees a day, which if you're in America or somewhere non-metric, that's in your mid-80s. Now, anyway, moving on. We're just measuring the Kit Kat to make sure we have the right height for our cakes, and now it's time to frost the rest of our cake. You can do this with buttercream as well. It would probably taste a little bit better with buttercream because I'm more partial to the buttercream flavour, but that's just me. It's personal preference. It's also easier if you use the pre-made frosting because then you don't have to make the buttercream. But anyway, now I'm waffling. So we're going to frost our cake, then we're going to start with our M&Ms. What I'm going to do is I have decided to do a Christmas tree design on the top of my cake. You could also do a star or like a bauble or an angel or anything Christmassy that you want at all. I'm doing a Christmas tree because it works well with the green. So we're going to lay out the M&Ms in a Christmas tree shape, and you will see the finished product in a minute. This is pretty much the most time-consuming part of the cake. The cake is actually really easy to make. The time-consuming part is just laying out the M&Ms, and you want to do it one at a time. Take your time. You don't want to smudge them and get icing all over them, and it is better if you take even more time and make sure all of your M&Ms are facing with the M down so that you just get the colour and you don't occasionally find a little M sticking up. But I had a couple of little M's sticking up. So there you can see my little Christmas tree, and now I'm going to separate out my red M&Ms. And first I'm going to do the outline of the tree again, which just makes it easier, and then I'm going to cover in the rest of the cake with red M&Ms. You can see the finished product of my covered cake with the red M&Ms and my green Christmas tree in the middle. Now it's time to use our cookies and cream Kit Kats, and we're going to layer these around the side. So now I've got the big block, and we're going to separate it into 2 pieces at a time, which is going to leave you with a 1 piece, but that's good because then you can top it up at the end. So breaking it into pieces of 2, I used 3 and a bit packets of the Kit Kats. If you're curious and want to know how many to buy, thankfully mine were on sale, so I got a good deal. Anyway, layering the Kit Kats around 2 at a time. By breaking it up like this, you get a bit more movement, obviously. But it all comes together really nicely. So we're just going to layer the Kit Kats around the side of the cake so that they all line up. And then we will finish it off with some red ribbon, which just ties it all together. And I found this really lovely Christmas ribbon, and I think it really looks really super. Once you do have your Kit Kats all the way around your cake, you can see if there's any little gaps on the top of your cake that you might want to add a couple of extra little red M&Ms into just to complete the look. I only had a couple I needed to add in, so I was pretty happy. Wrapping the ribbon around the side finishes this cake off, and like I said, super easy, super yummy, and super effective, and you can be as creative as you want with the design that you do on the top. While I'm finishing this cake off, don't forget to subscribe to us here at Hodge Podge Australia. I do try to upload 2 times a week. Sometimes it's once a week. I do apologise, but life gets in the way. So I do try to upload twice a week. Subscribe to us here at Hodge Podge Australia, and certainly hit us up in the comments section if there's anything that you would like to see, and I will do my best to try and come up with something creative to represent it. The finished product of our Christmas tree cake. I really like this cake. I think it's lovely, and it's simple but effective. And as I mentioned, the most time-consuming part is just putting down the M&Ms. So really, I don't find it time-consuming at all. I really enjoyed this. It was creative and it was fun, and I hope you like this one and hit subscribe.